Good afternoon, my name is Jimena Ruiz Salcido, and today we will do reflection number 8 for the subject of migration and health. What are the what are the main points of the reading documentary focused on concepts, ideas, and themes, not on individual facts? The main idea of both reading is that migration and health cannot be understood in isolation or through simple comparison. Migrations are a very heterogeneous group and their health outcomes depend on multiple layers: biological, social, cultural, and environmental factors. Um, One of the key concepts in the healthy migrants effects, which suggests that people who migrated are often healthy that the host population at the time of arrival. However, this advantage tends to decline over time due to socioeconomic inequalities, stress, new rates, exposure, and acculturation. Another central theme is migration as healthy transition, meaning that moving from one country to another represents a rapid change in health risks. Migration often benefited from reduced um, infections disasters thanks to better health care in the host country, but there are false increased risks of chronic diseases over time, um, such as cardiovascular disease, obesity, um, or cancer. Both articles also stress the importance of a life course perspective. Health is shaping on um, um, on conditions but also be experienced in the past before migration, during the migration, um, and after migration. Ever prenatal and child health conditions such as nutrient or infection can influence adult health risks. Moreover, the effects of migration extend to future generation will live better worse cultures and might inherit not only trends but also cultural practices and socioeconomic disadvantages. Was anything unclear or confusion to you? Why? What was a bit confusion to me at first was how different model healthy migration affect health transition and life constant approach sometimes seem to contract each other. For example, the healthy migrant effects predicts an initial health advance, but the health transition model explains why this advantage erodes over time. It to me sometimes to realize that these models are not mutually exclusive, they actually complete each other. Another confusion aspect was the idea of Salmon bias. Migrants return home, home when sick because some studies confirm it while others reject it. This shows how complex it is to measure health outcomes when data on migration flows are incomplete. What was new to you and did it change how you think about or perceive things? What was completely new to me was still life, course, epidemiology, approach, amplitude to migration. I had never thought about health in such a temporal way. Very early in such a temporal way, very early children exposure over prenatal conditions can influence chronic disease decadence later, learning sound infections or nutrition direction childrenhood in the country of original may affect cancer risks in adulthood. Short how I see health it is not just about the here and now, um, but, but the accumulation of experiences across a lifetime. Um, this perspective also made me rethink the stereotype that migration looks health just because of poverty or lifestyle in the host country. The truth is much more complex and tied to interactions between past exposure, socioeconomic conditions, and cultural practice. Was there anything you would like to explore further or learn more about why? Um, yes, I would like to explore more deeply the integrational aspects of migrant health. The idea that children of migrants not only inherit biological predisposition but also cultural patterns and even responsibilities such as acting as translators or mediators for their parents is fascinating to me. It raises important question. How do these role reversals affect children's mental health? Um, how do parents' practices influenced by cultural shape risks like obesity? Um, I would also like to learn more about the gendered dimensions of migration and health. The Redkins mentions that women face unique risks such as sexual violence during migration or the impact of family female genital mutilation in some countries of origin. At the same time, migration can also bring empowerment for women. I think studying the contrast in the dynamics could give a more complete understanding of health inequalities. Give a list one specific example of an aspect or experience in your personal professional life related to the main topics shown in the documentary. In my personal life, I have seen how migrant shapes health in subtly ways. For example, in my community, many families have migration between Mexico and the United States, I noticed that some relatives who migrated came back with change in lifestyle, different diets, new work related stress, and sometimes chronic conditions like diabetes that seem to develop more quick on they moved abroad at the same time. Their children often grown up between two cultures, sometimes eating fast food and processed productions more than traditional foods, which increases the risk of obesity. Professional or academical, these connections to my interest in understanding health inequalities. It showed me that when we talk about migration health, um, it is not enough to look only at the moment of migration. We have to consider long-term process, generational influences, and the constant negotiation between culture of origin and host culture. Thank you for your attention. My name is Jimena Ruiz Salcido.